All right, I'm back with another Money Origami original. We've got the locking lid box, and I did a preview on it. Showed you that it locks really well, and it's still locked. And I think I'm going to change the name to One Piece Locking Box. Anyway, I don't know. Who knows? Anyway, here's the tutorial. So I made a diagram because you can use any elongated rectangle piece of paper. And with the diagram, you can see that these portions are a little bit bigger than 2 times this, which will give you almost a square box. So if these distances are 2 times this, it'll come out square. So you might want to make it with stiff paper, but if your paper's pretty small, I think regular origami paper will work. Anyway, so I had a couple mistakes. I was drawing it all, and that is not a fold, and that is not a fold. So sorry about that. I did it with pen, and it wouldn't erase. So what I've done is I have a few brand new dollars left, and I pre-folded everything, pre-creased everything with really stiff creases, and we'll go over that so that you can get the same result, and it doesn't take half an hour to show you. So what I did is if you want whatever side you want on the outside, start with that down, and all the folds that are solid are valley folds based on the way I'm going to show you, and the dotted lines are all mountain. So fold it in half and made the 2 side creases, and did not crease all the way across. So just line it up and give good pinches on both edges, and then open it up and fold the sides in to those pinches. Get it nice and straight. And I really creased everything super sternly. I mean, they are really strong creases. Then next what I did, well, these might be drawn backwards on the diagram. I folded these corners up to the edge, all four. And then we took this edge and went over to here to use as a guide. And now I did not crease the whole thing. This is how you can make it with any rectangle. That's why I'm going over the instructions. And then I just pinched right here really strong, right there. And then opened up. Did the same thing with the other side. Lined it up really well and pinched in the center. Then opened up the whole thing and did these creases. Okay, then you crease all the way on both of those, like that. Then the next step was using these little triangle folds. I folded in the sides so that these made really nice square points, and make sure you get this super straight across, and open these up and crease that down really hard. I made all the creases tight. Now, if you got real thin paper, take it easy. If you're used to using that paper, you know how much you can get away with. Then I folded it in and did the other crease. And we got it right on the edge of this paper. You do the same thing on the other side. That's your guide. And that one's a tiny bit off. But I did make it straight across. If the ink print is straight. I didn't assemble this yet, so we'll see. And then super crease and another really strong crease right there. So then we have all the vertical creases. And then the next step, what I did was I pinched them and then I creased them. We're raising the edge up over to the side, and then make sure that's a right angle too. And it also lines up with that crease, because if you get everything real precision on this box. And I just did all the ones going the same way first. Lift it up, bring it over to this edge, lines up straight here, crease it down. So there's 3 on each side, and then you can turn it over and do the 3 on the other side, exactly the same. And that one. And on these end ones, make sure the paper edge lines up really good. So then you do the creases in the other direction. Like that, because we're making the little X's. And it's the same thing. Now, if you watched my big old bag of money, we're exploiting those little X's in the center bottom with this model. All right, so you should have all the folds now, just like mine. And then we have to start making these little train the paper maneuvers. And then so you put one over and you pull the center of the corner down. There's a crease already right there, right in the middle of that diagonal. It's right there, so you pull it down and you lift up the side, and it makes a beautiful little point in there if you did a real good job on the pre-creases. So then you can crease that down. I'm using a little flat blade screwdriver so I can push on it really good. Turn it around. Now in this box, we are keeping the inside on the inside on both sides. So you have to put this edge to, because this one's on the inside, so we have to put this edge down to there first. Well, let's see, then that'll make that the top of the box. That'll be good. Except the eagle's going to be cut off. But this is the box. Whoops, no, I almost told you wrong. This has got to go on the inside, like this one. Oh, no. No, I had it right. Well, whoops. This is what happens, man. I've only made 2 of these, so this is really just the second real one. So we want that at the top. We're going to make those on the outside. But this is already trained, really. I mean, let's see. I turned it around. That should still work just fine. Or you can put the all-seeing eye, and the eye will be right there watching your box. So now, so that part, obviously, it's your choice, which is going to be your top and bottom. But so now, the main thing is you got to keep 2 on the outside, 2 on the inside, and train both points, because you are actually reversing half of the fold on each of those 2 diagonals from the diagram. So now these are the practice points. So get nice, good, sharp points. That's what makes the lock work. So now it's a little bit harder because there's not really much paper to play with over here, but you know, now we've got to do the same thing. And you pull that in, see, and then there's the point right in there. And then this one's got to stay on the outside as well. So now it does lock and everything, and it locks really good. And I'm gonna make this one really nice. But the thing is, I want to tell you is, you know, if you open and close it and lock it and unlock it all the time, it does kind of, you know, damage the lock a little bit over many openings. That's why I got a brand new bill, so I can keep this one really good. So now we've just got to do this end, and we want to put this stuff on the inside. So it's going to be a real nice box, but it's not a everyday open and close type thing. It's more like a vault, a safe. You put stuff in there and you don't open it and play with it every day. Alright, so this one, there's another point. And do you see how it locks yet? Let's see. That one goes on the edges go on the inside. And you pull that in and over. And you don't actually have to do it where it locks, and you can just have you a nice box if you want. So you don't have to lock it every time either. Alright, that one came out in there. I've just got to flatten it down. Okay, so we got through all the training of those little points. Wait, something seems wrong. Shoot, hang on. Whew. Okay, nothing's wrong. I just actually forgot that these folds, there's actually, there actually is X's here. Yeah. This is where it starts to get even more tricky. But anyway, so uh, you push in the end, and those are those original diagonal folds going to the ones I drew as error. Yeah, they're really there. Darn. I wish we could have had a pre-crease for those. But what we're doing is I mean, this thing is, it's pretty sneaky. Let's see, that's the bottom. So, well, now the little points in there, got to bend those to the side on both of those. Like that. See how that one's over at the side and this one's at the side. You've just you can just reach in there and hold one and then move the other one to the side. Right there. And then push this part down. Or you can just train it a little bit and make a nice sharp point here. And those are those lines on the diagram that really aren't errors. So here's the other point. Yes, it's 1:47 a.m. I'm videotaping this thing. So I've got the point pushed over to the side, and now I've got it trapped over at the side with this little triangle. Well, we messed up a tiny bit on mine. Wonder how yours is coming out. So now it's like that on the inside. It's pretty cool. Now we've got to do the other side just like that. So close it down. Flip the points to the sides. And the reason why I'm shifting the paper is it's the only way I can hold it where it gets all the way into position. I don't want to alter any of the creases. And there we go. They're both in there on that side. Okay, let's update the diagram. All right. So there we go. And then, so, well, here is one of the issues also with the box. Now, look, it's slightly longer on this side. And that could happen to you like it did on mine. Darn it. So I'm not going to be able to have this be the top. I'm going to have to switch it around right here. Fortunately, we can switch that right now. Yeah, I was thinking that could have happened. Forgot to warn you about that one. So it's back to how it was going to be when I first was doing it. That's funny. All right, I got that relined up really good again. And so it's fine, except for that if you really wanted the other side to be the top, it's not really an easy way to fix it. Oh, I guess it's like that on either side. I mean, I should have made one of those little end folds slightly different so these would just barely move over. I was wondering how that was going to work out exactly because both sides are identical. So, yeah, that's not the greatest. So, let's see. I'm going to switch it back to the eagle being on top. Sorry about all that. But, it's not some model with instructions anywhere. Well, at least you're seeing all the possibilities. And this is getting plenty trained inside there. Anyway, those are not super important that much anymore. As long as they look like that inside, you know, then all right, here's the part that makes it lock. Is take the inside bottom, and now that you got that triangle there, you fold it over, and then you have to divide that triangle in half right here. Fold this point to this point. Now, there's that little triangle inside. We're not folding any of that. We're folding right along it. So there it is. And then push that back over to the side. So now we've got the point outlined. And then do the other inside bottom. Bring that over. I'll use a tool so you can see really clearly on this one just in case. So we brought the point over from the side, and now we're dividing it in half. Right along that inside triangle we made. Smash that down. And that one's already folded over, so I'll smash it that way. And fold this back in. There was nothing tricky. My hand was just in the way, trying to show you. So there's the bottom. And then what you do is you get a little screwdriver and you go in that fold right there. Widen it out. Maybe push these points just a little bit. See, like that. So you got a little hole there. And then make a little hole over here. And there we go. Now to lock, we have to fold these ones in too. So there's pre-creases there, really. And see, so it went beautifully. And then that one goes like this. And that's the last fold. And now you put your valuables in there. And now you stick these points in those holes. Good luck with that, right? But it's like a vault. And so you close the box, and then you push this part that way, pull this way, and you just put those in the holes. And that went in there beautifully. So there it is. It's totally locked in there. I mean, well, you can tear it up a little bit. Okay, I didn't get that side pulled out, but it looks pretty good. That's pretty cool, right? I don't know. It's just totally different than anybody else's box, and it locks. What you do is you use the contents of the box to get that side inside to push back. And so now it's closed all the way. So it just wasn't closed all the way at first. So, all right, there's the vault box, the locking box safe. And you might want to just, when you're folding over to those little triangles, just make one that you're going to make the bottom a little bit shorter, and then it won't have this little kink on the inside right there, which that's unfortunate. Dang it. Oh well, I kind of rushed the diagram. I should have made another one. But it still looks great. And doesn't open, see. All right, so that's the video. All right, I'm a little disappointed. I hope everybody else likes it more than I do, but no, I really like it too a lot. I mean, it's cool. That one still has the $8 or $9.50 in it, whatever it was. All right, appreciate you watching. And if you feel like liking and sharing, subscribing, please do. Comments are fine. Problems with the models, let me know in a comment on the model it goes to. I'll help you out. All right, have a good one.